Shabbat. Shabbat. But before I get to that word, I want to do Pasach. Pasach. Pei Samek Chet. That's the Hebrew word that they translate as Passover. And the verb function of that word is to skip. Skipping over, passing over something by skipping over it. That's all it means. And we know it applied to the Hebrews when they were in Egypt on the day of the sacrificial lamb. They put the blood on their doorposts and lintels, and the messenger that came to bring death passed over, skipped over the houses where he saw the blood on the doorposts and lintels. Okay, and so this is in Passover celebrations. They remember that time. Okay, but the world put another jacket over that time of remembrance and called it Easter, and brought in rabbits and eggs. And they also did this. Good Friday to Sunday morning. So I pose to you this question. How can you get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday evening to Sunday morning? Discussion for another time. Shalom. Okay, Shabbat. Shabbat. Shin Bet Tau. The verb function of that word is to stop work, cease ongoing activity, work loss compensation. Work loss compensation. So we know the word Shabbat literally means to cease, to stop working. What brings in your meeting your daily needs, right? Work loss compensation. They applied it to Yahweh when on the 6th day, he said he completed his work, and he said it was very good. And on the 7th, they used the term rest, but in actuality, he ceased from the work of creating an environment for man to carry out his purpose. Okay? And then I want to go to Hebrews chapter 4 and clarify something in Hebrews chapter 4 verse 1. It says, therefore, since a promise remains of entering his rest, that word rest is Noach. Noach. Nun, Waw, Chet. That's the name of Noah. They pronounce it Noah, but it's actually Noach. And it literally means rest, stop movement. It says, so, therefore, since a promise remains of entering his, Noach, let us fear lest any of you seem to have come short of it. What? Okay. And you can go ahead and read on down to, but I'm going to start again at verse 8. For if Joshua or Yehoshua had given them rest, Noach, right, then he would not have afterward have spoken of another day. Verse 9, key verse. There remains therefore a rest for the people of powers, for the people of Yahweh. That word rest is Shabbat. Shabbat. Therefore remains a Shabbat for the people of powers. For he who has entered his Noach, right, has himself also ceased from his works as powers did from his. Shabbat. Right? It means stop work, cease ongoing activity. Yeah? So the idea is the people of Yahweh need to Shabbat. We need to stop trying to establish our own righteousness. We need to stop trying to offer up sacrifices that we believe are pleasing to Yahweh, and it's actually not. Proverbs says there's a way that seems right to a man, but it's the way that leads to death. So what he wants us to get and is to die to self and walk under the power of His presence in the Spirit. He will do all our works in us and through us for His own name's sake. Yeshua did a lot of functional works on Shabbat, and the Pharisees and Sadducees got mad at him. And then, but what was he doing? What was he doing? He was meeting needs, righting wrongs, and setting things in order for those who were in bondage or who were needy. You see? And he said to them, he says, look, I am the master of Shabbaton. That's the Greek. I am the master of the Shabbat. Man was not made for the Shabbat to serve it. The Shabbat was made for man. You follow? So if we walk in spirit and in truth, actually every day is a Shabbat. We don't function in the flesh. We die to the flesh so that His Spirit can be manifested and enable us to do His will every single day. Remember the prayer. Father, not my will, but yours be done. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven through me. Do we understand? Shalom, Tanakh Wisdom.